To another segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright presented by First Star Logistics. On this segment, we'll be discussing if the Dallas Cowboys can finally break through. I've had my thoughts. And I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. Every year we say this is the year that the Dallas Cowboys break through. This is the year that the Dallas Cowboys can compete. When the NFC seems so weak and so bleak, we're so tempted to go, against our better judgment and say the Dallas Cowboys on paper, right? It always is on paper. Look like they have all the talent in the world. I still, for the life of me, can't understand why they moved on from Amari Cooper when they traded so many assets to get him. It
was because Zeke. It was because they wanted to keep Zeke at the time, because that was the mistake. It was choose Zeke's contract or choose Amari Cooper, and they chose Zeke. And how long did it take them to regret that decision?
Right away.
As soon as Michael Gallup went down, they said, wow, it'd be great to have a quality receiver across from CeeDee Lamb right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if I have it in me to pick them again. And I want to, Cowboys fans. I promise you I want to.
It's kind of like picking the Chargers or the Browns every offseason, where eventually you're just like, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You're just a little worn out by it.
And I don't want Cowboys fans to think, oh, you're just like some other talking media head. You don't believe in us. That's not it. I promise, guys. I want to say the Dallas Cowboys are going to do it, but for some reason, every year I wind up disappointed. Every year, whether it's Dak Prescott throwing an interception in every single game, right? Whether it's them just falling short and not being able to break through, whether it's them playing close games to teams they should be blowing out of the water like the New England Patriots last year. I mean, to me, I don't know what it is, because let me be honest with you guys. When I look at the Dallas Cowboys, I have said year after year, the NFC should be their division. The NFC should be their division. And I'm once again saying the Eagles on paper look like a very good team. However, I know for a fact that their coordinators, people aren't as high on their coordinators as some other people might be, like the talking heads in the media and stuff like that. It is going to be growing pains. I think that the Eagles will struggle enough to where there's going to be opportunities for the Dallas Cowboys to make the NFC East their division, or the Giants can make the NFC East their division. My thing is, you guys want you want Dak Prescott to be praised as some MVP type level quarterback, yet and still he does not play like it. You want Dak Prescott to be given the respect that at one point in time, I would say damn sure he deserved. But it's difficult when you put up dud performances like the ones that he has put up. It's difficult.
Can I make a counterpoint here? Can I convince you of why you should believe in this? Okay.
Sure.
Now, we're talking about a quarterback who, now that Kellen Moore's gone, probably trending toward a more maybe conservative approach to the offense a little bit, maybe, fair to say. Relying a little bit more on Tony Pollard. Quality weapons in CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, who, despite wherever he goes, whomever he plays with, gets 1,000 yards, just walks into it. And Michael Gallup, who, if he can stay healthy, can be that good boundary receiver. And if not, you have Brandon Cooks to fill in behind him. You have an offensive line that going into the season is ideally healthy between Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele looked good in limited action as a quality tackle when he played. So you're talking about at least 3 quality linemen there. And then just talking about the defense, man, that defensive line with DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, who won 1 in 4 reps on true pass sets last year, just absolutely obliterating people. And then I think Stephon Gilmore is a good addition to have him across from Trevon Diggs, who you brought back. Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson, both are quality safeties in the league based on what they did last year. If they can continue to play that way, Jordan Lewis is one of the best nickelbacks in the league that people aren't talking about. So with that in mind, we're talking about a defense that's got great depth on the defensive line and an excellent pass rush. We've got a better weapons in the wide receiver room and probably a little bit more of a conservative approach to the offense that maybe helps Dak kind of reel in some of those interceptions. Why do we believe in the Denver Broncos in one of the toughest conferences and one of the toughest divisions, but yet we don't believe in the Cowboys that are in a very similar situation in a weaker
I believe
conference?
in Sean Payton.
Well, that's the thing is
I don't believe in Mike McCarthy.
Is the difference in difficulty of the AFC and the AFC West worth Mike McCarthy and all these weapons?
I'm being honest with you. It's sad, Evan. It's sad, bro. It's sad.
I think they're going to be relying. I think they're going to get. I think this is going to be one of the best defensive lines. I know Mozzie Smith is not exciting as a nose tackle ad, but at the same time, I think he has the Dexter Lawrence nose tackle build of the pass rush upside, not necessarily the traditional nose tackle that we're used to, right? I think that interior push with DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons rushing full time all the time.
But Evan, here's the thing. We're in agreement there, right? Mm-hmm. That's the issue, though. On paper, it always looks good.
You figure you roll the dice enough that eventually it's going to hit. in a year, this year, right now, when we say there's 3 good teams and then everybody else, why not now? Yeah. Why not now? This is what I'm kind of getting at. If not now, then when, right? This is as good as your weapons are going to get on offense with Tony Pollard, with Brandon Cooks, with CeeDee Lamb, still on that rookie deal, with Michael Gallup getting ready to leave. Brandon Cooks has been healthy. Michael Gallup's the problem. He's the one who can't stay healthy. It's like, man, you had nobody across from CeeDee Lamb.
I just remember Brandon Cooks constantly going out with the head injuries, with the concussion. That's why.
Still finds a way to get those 1,000 yards. Yeah, no matter who he plays with.
Well, it's because he
made Davis Mills look good.
He gets catch.
Made Davis Mills look good. Like when they were tanking, like he still found a way.
He gets tossed around.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's crazy how much he gets moved around, and he just continues to produce.
Yeah,
like. That's crazy. So I think that was a good pickup, man. And I think that defense is really coming into its own. I think Donovan Wilson really took a step last year. I think Malik Hooker finally in a new spot, new fresh start, looked good. And then I really think that Adam Gilmore, even just for this one season at $10 million to play across from Trayvon, I think that's going to help them shore that up where their secondary is going to be in a good spot.
So I think Mike McCarthy knows this is it. He knows this is their chance. And that's what with the Cowboys, I think it's a thing of their floor is a lot higher than everybody else. I think their floor is 9 to 10 wins. Like that's the worst I could see just because of their schedule, just because of their division, because of their conference. When I look at their issues, it's always just been in the playoffs. Like last year, they lost by 7 points in the Niners. The year before, I believe, was the Dak Prescott slide when they were in, field goal range when they could have, and the clock ran out. They were still down by, I think, 4 points. That's the issue with the Cowboys. So this is the year we're going to see the same thing come playoff time, entering playoffs, week 18. We're going to see the Cowboys are Super Bowl favorites. Cowboys are the best team in the NFC. That's what I'm almost not guaranteeing, but I think they're a top 3 team in the NFC. So the issue is Dak Prescott in the playoffs. Does he get it done? And like you said, at some point, if you roll the dice enough in a conference where you got maybe 1-2 other juggernauts, you got to play a Falcons team, you got to play a Saints team in the playoffs, and you're 1 win away from making the Super Bowl. So that's how I look at the Cowboys and their floor, offensive line, defensive line. In football, that's the 2 things that get disrespected the most. If you have a great offensive line and a great defensive line, you are going to get far, regardless of your quarterback, regardless of the talent on offense. So the Cowboys, this is their best shot. If they don't make the Super Bowl, I think this year we see Mike McCarthy go. So,
So, yeah, I mean, again, I think we're all in agreement that the Dallas Cowboys can break through. Michael Parsons seems to think that they and I quote, he thinks they have the potential to be one of the greatest defenses of all time. That's high praise. It's put a lot of pressure on this team. And for he's saying all the right things. Again, it's something I just need to see. Dallas Cowboys fans, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm putting my faith in you guys. I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys are going to break through this year. I think the NFC is going to come down to the Giants and the Cowboys. I really do. I really, really do. And I've been very, very upfront about how I think the Giants are going to look this upcoming football season and how I think the Giants are going to shock a lot of people.
You're going to have to work on your sales pitch for the Giants for me.
That's fine. Listen,
you workshop it, and we'll circle back around when we come around for the season. You can
100%.
You can hit me again.
Hit
me with your elevator pitch.
Let's not forget the Giants knocked off the Minnesota Vikings last year in the playoffs.
I'm not impressed by that.
That's fine. That's fine. And I called that shot. I said I knew it was going to happen.
No, I was right there with you.
And I'm just saying it still happened though. But first year, culture setting.
They look good, 100%.
We saw how Nick Sirianni
got the most out of Daniel Jones.
We saw how Nick Sirianni took the Eagles to the playoffs the first year, and they put
that wide receiver room scary.
They struggled against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They wound up losing. And then the next year they go off and they do what they do and they appear in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do not be surprised. I'm not saying the Giants are going to Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. Let me get that out there right there. but don't be surprised if the New York Football Giants shock a lot of people and go on to win another playoff. I think they can win another playoff game again this year. I think that's something that I can see happening. But this is not about the Giants. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, this is your division. This is your time. Take advantage of the slow start that I believe the Eagles are going to have. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. The offensive line of the Eagles is weaker. It's weaker now. Let's see if you can take advantage of it. Let's see what's what, right? But if you guys like more video content like this, do us a huge favor. Give this video a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics studio.